stucco gaps around that security camera. Stucco cracks on the flat surface up there. So it doesn't rain that often in Arizona, but it does give us an opportunity when it does to kind of see how rain falls on a stucco home. So we're seeing concrete tile off the edge there about 3 or 4 inches. We're watching that water just barely miss the top of the stucco window. So if any of these tiles get pushed back, or maybe the drip edge isn't right, and water curls back down and runs down on the side, see we're gonna start piling up water on top of this window. And that's an area that you can't inspect. You don't know if there's a hole up there. You don't know if water's getting in there. So you really gotta watch these areas and make sure that those little joints above the window there stay dry and sealed. So if water does plug up on there, it is gonna pour off and not just go into the window or the wall in that area. See some cracking starting to form right there in the stucco. Let's get the ladder and check that out. We can kind of see some of the stucco cracking around the window. It's pretty typical for stucco cracks to happen around the frame of the window after the house is built. So we can expect cracking to continue around everything that's not the same material. So a little crack in there. So the window is a different material than the stucco, so it expands and cools at a different rate. So my biggest concern is if we get moisture dripping off the roof onto this flat surface, if it starts penetrating back into the wall. Definitely want to seal this up, put a bevel here, make sure everything runs off. So this should be slanted just a little bit, not just falling apart. So the windows on the north side of the property, you can see how they filled all this in with stucco. It's not complete, and there's gaps where water can bond in there. The next window looks to be a little bit more open, kind of like that previous window we looked at, but it does have that bevel, so it is angled off. Gotta make sure that these things stay sealed though. Look at all that. That could go right into your wall, into your window. Got some of the metal exposed. Windows on the south side of the house don't look so bad. That window down there seems to be just fine above it too, but still we need to get some more stucco patch or some caulking in that area. Stucco patch is recommended, it'll last a lot longer. Get that pushed back in that crack. Make sure that we keep that water out. Looks like they forgot to finish their stucco work. 3-year-old house. Not sure who inspected this prior, but a lot of people don't like to get up on roofs. That's what happens when you don't get up on a roof and check. You're gonna have problems that you don't know about, and then they get to be bigger problems. This roof is actually pretty good today. Underlayment, like I said, the house is 3 years old, so the underlayment's going to be good. Concrete tiles were held into position a little bit with some caulking in areas. Mortar caps look good, but we do have some tiles that are not looking right. Slipping down the field of roof. It's wet out here, so I got to be careful where we walk, but yes, you can walk on concrete tiles. You walk on the bottom part of it. If you're 200 pounds, you probably shouldn't be up here. Concrete tiles break under weight in certain areas, but if you're careful, they usually don't break. See, we've got broken tile here, broken tile here. We're seeing that underlayment below it soaking wet. So, however they get this repaired, whether they get it repaired before they move in or after they move in, it's something that should be fixed pretty quickly. Water will go down into this crack, sit on the underlayment, eventually wear it out. So we've got another tile cracked over here. So that's your underlayment. You can see some of the moisture down there, but Looks like it's lifted up a little bit in this area, so it's probably seen a little bit of moisture before. We should probably seal that tile up. We had another broken tile over here too. Maybe not. But we got solar panels. I don't do a thorough check of the solar panels. I just check their mounts. And those are typically checked up in the attic because they're really hard to see here. Wherever this thing gets mounted to the roof is where I want to check and make sure it's not leaking. Well, they almost got it. So we're not seeing too many issues today, Omar and Amanda. House is in great condition. Got to get some of those stucco cracks sealed up so they work well. Get your spa filled and get it tested if they're going to leave it, if you're going to keep it. But other than that, the house looks pretty good. Arc fault protection in the main service panel. We always test these on unoccupied homes. There's nobody in the house today, so I'm going to show you how to test them. Just going to push those white test buttons. And now they've all been tripped. You can tell that they're going in the middle. They're not pushed all the way over, they're in the middle. So now we just need to push them back to the right. And then push them all the way back on. So you're basically resetting the circuit. As long as they trip when I push the button, and as long as they push back up into the on position, they're working properly. Every time I turn the fan off, that light flickers. Look at my report, have a chance to go over it. You get 3 reports tonight. One's going to be your property information report, goes over everything that I did today. 2 is going to be your key finding report, which you and your agent, Abigail, can go over. And then 3 is going to be your termite report. It states that there's been termite treatment here when they built the house, but other than that, we didn't see any signs of termites, nor did we have any drill or fill marks or repairs due to termites today. Or moisture. We don't have any excessive moisture today. Here in the garage, you definitely want to get that plastic piping going through your fire barrier wall replaced with copper. It's pretty typical for the installers to use plastic like that, but it really needs to be copper. This wall is meant to protect your house from fire. If fire were to break out in the garage, which is the most common place for a fire to start, you want to give yourself and your family time to get out of here. And that should give you 45 minutes to an hour. That's what a fire barrier is meant to do. But when you have penetrations that are plastic, those could melt almost immediately due to the heat of the fire. And then your fire would jump up into your attic and spread throughout your house a lot quicker. So let's get that taken care of.